Recordings from the deep expose colossal beings awakening, watching, and breaking rules humanity was allowed to see before.
These footages don't feel found, they feel forbidden. Shapes larger than ships move with purpose, eyes glow with awareness, and the ocean itself seems to pause, as if realizing it has revealed too much. These creatures don't flee the camera, they approach it, they circle it, they acknowledge it. Every frame feels like a mistake that can't be undone, a warning captured too late. If this is what slipped through by accident, imagine what still stays hidden, waiting, listening, and deciding whether we're worth noticing at all.
Before we continue, like, comment, and subscribe to Mystery Footage Uncovered right now.
Night vision footage revealed something no catalog could explain. A creature crawling across the seabed with the body of an octopus and the head of a reptile. Its limbs moved with unsettling coordination, gripping the sediment like hands as it advanced far faster than its bulk suggested. When the beam hit it fully, the animal froze and slowly turned its head. Rows of blade-like teeth glimmered beneath semi-transparent flesh. It showed no panic, no aggression, only calculation. Marine scientists analyzing the footage point to hybrid jaw mechanics, synchronized limb control, and rapid bottom-dwelling movement as evidence of convergent predatory evolution. Though heavy like a crustacean, it struck with the efficiency of open ocean hunters. Ancient sea myths speak of juvenile kraken surfacing briefly before retreating underground. If this was merely a young specimen, the size and temperament of the adult below remained deeply unsettling. A submersible side-mounted camera captured a massive serpentine shape sliding through the darkness, its body stretching beyond the frame like a moving continent. The pilot hesitated, unsure whether light would draw attention or provoke a response. The neck curved slowly as if searching. Water currents twisted unnaturally. The hull groaned under pressure. Just as the head began to form from the dark, the creature turned away. It vanished into a shimmering distortion, leaving no wake, no turbulence, no trace of motion. Biologists believe it belongs to an ancient pressure-adapted lineage, similar to plesiosaurs in shape, but evolved for crushing depths. Early explorers wrote of gray bodies longer than distance itself. The question remains, did it retreat from the submersible or simply reposition somewhere the camera could never see? During a routine reef dive, cameras caught a colossal shape gliding silently overhead. Its back was layered with branching tendrils that resembled living coral, each moving independently like trees swaying in a slow tide. Despite its immense size, the sand below remained undisturbed. The body curved effortlessly, the tendrils pulsed with life. Then it descended into a trench. Marine analysts suggest the creature may be a colonial superorganism, multiple biological systems operating as a single body. Its flexible spine and frictionless movement indicate extreme efficiency, stretching as long as a commuter train, yet drifting with the gentleness of kelp. Polynesian legends describe reef serpents, whose backs move like forests. If its surface functions as a living ecosystem, how many smaller species spend entire lifetimes riding unnoticed upon its body? A diver's camera caught a shadow rising from midwater darkness, so vast it consumed the frame before details could resolve. Deep-set eyes glowed faintly, casting ember-like light through suspended particles. As the diver retreated, the creature adjusted its course, not with speed, but with certainty. No sudden charge, no wasted motion, just relentless alignment. Its tail swung once, slow and deliberate, like a clock marking the inevitable. Analysts note its massive skull structure, reinforced jaw curvature, and silent glide as hallmarks of an ancient pelagic ambush predator. It moved with the weight of a submerged mountain, yet maneuvered with manta-like grace. Old sailor journals describe leviathans that followed ships for hours without striking, as if deciding whether to reveal themselves. If it chose not to attack immediately, was it exercising restraint or ensuring escape was no longer possible? At crushing depths, divers recorded a silhouette so immense it filled the entire frame. A cavernous mouth opened slowly as the creature rose, pale teeth reflecting stray light like distant stars. gill plates unfurled like sails. The water warped around its mass. Divers remained frozen. The animal did not rush. It examined them calmly, shifting its enormous bulk with effortless precision before drifting past. No threat display, no warning, just absolute dominance. Experts identified dermal armor and controlled ascent as signs of pressure-forged gigantism beyond known classification. Ancient sailors spoke of a lusca, larger than islands. If something this vast moves so confidently through the trench, one question lingers. What else inhabits those depths without ever needing to surface? Floodlights swept the seabed and revealed a towering pale figure walking on impossibly thin limbs. Each step landed with surgical precision, barely stirring sediment despite the creature's height. Its movement was smooth, almost mechanical, yet undeniably organic. A rounded, featureless head swayed gently, scanning without visible eyes. When the light angled upward, it stopped, not startled, aware. Moments later, it slid sideways into a trench with unnatural grace and vanished completely. Analysts suggest its extreme leg span, weight distribution, and lateral movement indicate a benthic apex species adapted for silent travel across unstable terrain. It stood as tall as a giraffe, yet moved lighter than drifting plankton. Polynesian legends speak of pale striders, whose footsteps never raise clouds. What else walks the ocean floor without leaving a single trace? On a commercial fishing vessel, a crewman hauled up a tangled net carrying a small but deeply unsettling organism. It resembled a cephalopod, yet its crown curved forward like a skull weighed down by thought. Long, slack limbs dangled over the mesh as if exhausted. A sharp beak clicked in steady rhythm. Suction cups formed precise geometric rings. The limbs twitched despite its weakened state. When another fisherman stepped closer, the creature snapped upright and drew in air with a sudden inhalation, an action no one expected. Startled, the crew dropped it back into the sea. It sank vertically, limbs slowly spreading as it disappeared. Marine biologists later noted its domed cranial plating and hyperelastic tentacles suggested advanced sensory processing. Old Kraken folklore warns that juvenile forms surface first. If this was only an early stage, what scale of intelligence waits below to follow? A diver's lamp revealed an enormous drifting presence suspended in the water column. From its face cascaded dozens of filament-like tendrils, forming a living veil that moved independently. A single pale eye reflected the beam, unblinking and fixed. Each tendril brushed the water delicately, as if tasting it. The creature remained perfectly still. The silence felt intentional. When the diver shifted position, the organism mirrored the movement with disturbing accuracy. A low-frequency vibration followed, not heard, but felt in the chest. Then it ascended slowly into darkness, leaving no wake behind. Researchers suggest the tendrils function as complex sensory arrays, while its neutral buoyancy and harmonic signaling imply environmental scanning rather than predation. Early bathysphere logs mention bearded watchers that observed without interaction. If it wasn't hunting, what data did it collect before leaving? Inside a submerged cave, a diver's camera captured a pale, upright figure hovering in place. Its body barely moved, save for a gentle ripple along its lower half. The face appeared calm, almost serene, with reflective eyes that did not blink. When the diver's light met its gaze, it blinked once, slowly. An elongated hand rose. The motion was carefully mirrored. Its translucent skin revealed faint vascular patterns beneath the surface. After several long seconds, the figure drifted backward into darkness, folding its body smoothly like fabric in a current. Analysts note its vertical posture, elongated limbs, and minimal movement suggest adaptation for silent observation. Ancient Umibozu tales describe white watchers beneath coastal cliffs, studying sailors before storms. If it watches humans without fear, how long has it been present, observing us from places we never thought to look? A diver's body camera recorded a chilling moment as a massive, pale, spider-like organism emerged across the trench floor. Its movement was slow and exact, each joint bending with mechanical precision rather than haste. It stopped directly in front of the diver, Clusters of black, bead-like eyes reflected the light. Its abdomen expanded and contracted rhythmically. No sediment shifted beneath it. When the diver raised a gloved hand, the creature lifted 2 limbs in near-perfect imitation. The gesture appeared deliberate, not reflexive. After several silent seconds, it backed away and slid beneath a rock ridge without disturbing the seabed. Biologists noted its sealed exoskeleton sheen, segmented limbs, and pressure-adapted respiration unlike known crustaceans. Historical records speak of walking shells that observed before vanishing. If it chose restraint here, what triggers aggression in a creature so controlled? Deep expedition footage revealed a colossal serpent gliding through open water with effortless control. Its bioluminescent eyes locked onto the diver's light as an armored head emerged from darkness. The head rivaled a small submersible. Layered cranial plates reflected the beam. Whisker-like tendrils moved independently. A second, larger shadow followed behind. Rather than striking, the serpent spiraled upward around the diver, its movement bending surrounding currents into a powerful vortex that nearly destabilized them. The maneuver felt deliberate, measured rather than hostile. Analysts suggest electroreceptive tendrils, reinforced cranial armor, and extreme flexibility mark a deep-pressure apex predator built for dominance without contact. Ancient depictions describe leviathans circling ships before disappearing. If 2 shapes were visible at once, how many more remained just beyond the light? A research drone recorded an immense form emerging from total darkness. First came the glowing eyes, then rows of thin, needle-like teeth unfolded into view. The creature advanced without acceleration, simply gliding closer. Bioluminescent patterns pulsed faintly. Jaw hinges extended beyond known limits. Pressure sensors spiked instantly. The video cut to static. Recovery confirmed the drone didn't fail structurally. It was crushed. Reinforced casing folded inward as if squeezed by overwhelming force. Analysts believe the creature to be a deep rift ambush predator with adaptive luminescence and extreme pressure tolerance, allowing undetected approach. Its behavior echoes Umabozu legends describing glowing eyes before ships vanished entirely. If a steel drone was destroyed effortlessly, the question is unavoidable. What chance would a human have if it rose again from the void? During a violent northern squall, deck cameras caught fishermen dragging up what first looked like an oversized ray. The illusion shattered instantly when the catch convulsed, revealing a torso disturbingly close to human in proportion. Its mouth stretched far beyond anatomy. A raw, piercing scream cut through the storm. Webbed limbs scraped across slick metal. The crew scattered in panic. One sailor slashed the line. The cable snapped and the creature flipped backward into the churning sea, gone in seconds. Later, audio analysis revealed frequency spikes well outside any known marine mammal range, leaving experts stunned. The fusion of ray-like fins, humanoid musculature, and flexible skeletal structure suggests a pressure-resistant glider shaped for abyssal currents. Researchers drew parallels to Antarctic ninja reports, pale, massive, semi-humanoid beings. If the ocean reclaimed it so urgently, was it fleeing human contact or returning to something waiting below? Night deck footage shows a colossal cephalopod-like form rising alongside a fishing vessel. A single enormous eye caught the spotlight, reflecting it like polished stone, unblinking, unmistakably aware. Its mantle formed a rigid crest, tentacles curled with precise control. Suction cups popped loudly against steel. No one spoke. Instead of attacking, the creature anchored briefly to the railing, as if steadying itself to observe. After several long seconds, it released its grip and sank back into darkness, leaving only foaming water behind. Researchers later noted reinforced mantle tissue, oversized ocular anatomy, and deliberate tentacle movement, traits suggesting an evolutionary shift toward assessment rather than aggression. Old Norse Kraken lore describes watchful eyes surfacing before storms, not strikes. If it chose restraint this time, what threshold must be crossed before it responds with force instead? Suspended in open water, a diver recorded something incomprehensible. A massive, pale limb rising slowly from the abyss, followed by another. Both were unmistakably human-like, yet impossibly large. The skin looked smooth, almost gelatinous. Movement was buoyant, not hostile. Water distorted around the ascent. A blank face followed. The being made no attempt to attack. It drifted upward calmly, gazing at the diver without expression. Its sheer displacement pulled the diver off position before it faded back into deeper blue. Scientists reviewing the footage noted elongated limb ratios, pressure-adapted dermal layers, and finely controlled buoyancy unlike any known marine giant. The imagery mirrors Antarctic ninja accounts of pale humanoids rising silently, then vanishing. If something that large can surface unnoticed, what else may be moving even deeper, never once approaching the light? A diver's helmet cam captured a moment that shattered all sense of scale. An enormous mouth rising from below, opening wider than the diver's entire field of view. Jagged, ivory-colored teeth vibrated subtly, producing a low-frequency hum that rattled sensors. Light filtered through the teeth like fractured glass. Algae-streaked armored jaw plates. Hidden gills pulsed beneath layered folds. The creature did not attack. It hovered, trembling, as though calculating distance or restraint. Analysts identified cranial ridges and oscillating jaw motion, consistent with pressure-evolved apex feeders designed to engulf prey whole. Ancient Leviathan texts spoke of mouths that swallowed daylight itself. If this was only the opening of the animal, how vast is the body still concealed beneath the diver's feet? A deep-sea rover recorded a striped, multi-limbed organism sprinting across volcanic sediment with shocking speed. Its exoskeleton flashed under artificial light, revealing spine-like ridges and blade-shaped claws. Legs fired in perfect sequence. Mandibles twitched independently. The body rotated mid-stride. After a brief pause, it burrowed straight down into soft sediment, vanishing so fast the camera failed to refocus. Only collapsing silt marked its passage. Analysts point to reinforced limbs, dual-axis rotation, and instant burrowing as traits of a vent-adapted scavenger built for extreme environments. Old Polynesian dive logs mention striped shadows that outran bubbles. If something this fast lives below, how many others escape detection before cameras even have time to lock on? A diver's helmet cam caught a massive angler-like figure drifting from total darkness. Its glowing lure swayed inches from the lens, pulsing slowly, almost thoughtfully. Instinct screamed retreat. The skin looked scarred, stone-textured, ancient. The lure brightened with precision. The jaw unfolded wider than expected. Rows of long, interlocking teeth emerged. It did not strike. It waited. Analysts noted precise bioluminescent control, reinforced jaw hinges, and dermal plating capable of withstanding abyssal pressure. This suggests a predator evolved for patience over speed, heavy as a drifting boulder, yet exact in movement. Early Ningen accounts mentioned floating lights preceding sudden disappearances. If it chose not to attack, was it judging distance or deciding the diver wasn't worth revealing itself fully? During a violent offshore storm, witnesses captured footage of a colossal pale cephalopod rising from the sea. Its glowing eyes cut through rain and darkness as massive tentacles lifted clear of the waves, spreading outward before curling back with deliberate control. It did not surge forward. It did not thrash. It hovered, unnaturally steady. Below it, the ocean churned, as if braced by an unseen foundation. Experts point to impossible buoyancy, synchronized limb articulation, and atmospheric bioluminescence as evidence of a highly evolved cephalopod capable of rare surface manifestations. Despite its immense mass, comparable to industrial lifting machinery, it remained balanced like a floating signal tower. Ancient Lusca myths describe sky-reaching squids that appear during storms, linger briefly, then vanish without trace. If only part of it broke the surface, what unseen structure held the rest in place beneath the waves? An underwater surveillance drone recorded a pale, human-like face hovering just beyond full visibility. Smooth skin, no hair, no discernible body attached. Black reflective eyes stared calmly. The water remained undisturbed. The distance never changed. When the drone advanced, the face drifted backward at precisely the same speed. Then, Without warning, the reflections vanished, and the face dissolved into darkness as if it had never been there. Researchers noted zero wake movement and an unsupported cranial form, suggesting a deep adapted organism capable of dispersing or reconfiguring its mass like particulate matter. Umibozu legends speak of bodiless faces pacing ships across open water, watching without interaction. If it matched the drone so flawlessly, how long had it been observing before the sensors ever detected its presence? While scanning a fissure along the mid-Atlantic rift, a submersible's floodlights exposed a presence at the cavern mouth. A reptilian head emerged, encircled by thick tentacles marked with pulsing blue bioluminescent nodes. It did not attack. It did not flee. It simply watched. The tentacles curled subtly with the current as the creature studied the probe in silence. When operators increased light intensity, it withdrew smoothly into the rock, dragging glowing appendages behind it until only drifting particles remained. Sonar contact vanished instantly, as though the being had merged with the cavern itself. Researchers proposed convergent evolution, combining cephalopod mobility with reptilian cranial protection. The bioluminescent patterns may serve communication or luring functions. Caribbean legends describe living caves that swallowed divers whole. What intelligence chooses darkness first, and why allow itself to be seen at all? In rough seas, fishermen hauled up a thrashing organism that defied classification. At first glance, it resembled a ray, until a humanoid torso flexed above an eel-like lower body. Wing fins lashed violently. Its mouth split open nearly to the chest. Twin rows of translucent teeth flashed. The net began to tear. Crew members later said its movements felt deliberate, not panicked. When a line was cut, the creature launched itself over the railing with shocking force and vanished beneath the waves. Marine specialists noted triple-jointed fins, a hyperflexible spine, and musculature suited for both surface breaching and deep-sea hunting. These traits echo unofficial Ningen sightings reported by Japanese trawlers. If it could throw itself onto a vessel once, how many sailors disappeared without ever knowing what reached up for them? At dawn, witnesses filmed a massive, multi-limbed shape rising from a lake smothered in fog. Tentacle-like limbs dragged through the mist as the creature stood motionless among silent boats. No splash followed. No roar echoed. Only the groan of displaced water. The fog around it vibrated in slow, concentric rings as its upper limbs curled inward, adjusting to open air. Researchers point to its extreme limb-to-body ratio and apparent sensitivity to atmospheric conditions, suggesting an amphibious giant adapted for rare surface exposure. Its balance was unsettling, heavy as a submerged monument, yet steady as anchored machinery. Ancient Lusca lore speaks of fog giants emerging during seasonal shifts. If this was only a brief adjustment to surface conditions, how long had it been waiting below for the lake to change? Two fishermen recorded a grotesque fish hauled from freezing depths, its bark-like hide cracked and armored. Needle-like teeth jutted outward at unnatural angles, ice clinging to its spines. Its small, recessed eyes appeared built for pressure sensing rather than sight. As the camera rolled, its jaw twitched once. Both men stepped back immediately. Biologists identified osteoderm armor, frost-adapted tissue, and retractable teeth designed to crush ice-bound prey. The creature seemed engineered for glacial darkness, heavy as a frozen log, yet capable of sudden motion even after surfacing. Viking-era records describe ice demons, dragged from black fjords, still biting long after capture. If this specimen reacted after death, what does a living one do when forcibly torn from its frozen world? A submarine viewport recorded a pale, colossal jaw pressing slowly against reinforced glass. Teeth layered like translucent stalactites caught emergency lighting, revealing hidden rows buried beneath gelatinous membranes. As the pilot reversed course, currents smeared the glass. Despite being fully submerged, the gums rippled outward. The jaw flexed wider. Pressure alarms whispered, not screamed. Researchers identified suction channels, multi-layered dentition, and a thermal signature colder than the surrounding water, suggesting a heat-detecting super predator. Its sheer scale dwarfed the porthole, moving heavy as a calving glacier, yet controlled with hydraulic precision. Declassified Soviet dive logs mention encounters with teeth beyond teeth, appearing without warning at depth. If it moved close enough to study the vessel, what stopped it from applying just a fraction more pressure? During a violent storm, a massive head erupted beside a vessel. Jaws split into jagged planes as teeth scraped the hull with a metallic shriek. Foam and blood swept across the deck while the creature surged upward, each exhale producing a low-frequency rumble felt through steel railings. The camera jolted wildly. Crew voices dissolved into screams. Then, sudden silence. The beast crashed back beneath the waves, leaving only red-streaked water and rising bubbles. Analysts cite reinforced cranial spikes, asymmetric jaw mechanics, and vertical ambush behavior, traits of an apex feeder designed for sudden surface strikes. Old maritime folklore warned of leviathans that breached once, then vanished forever. If this was merely a warning, what happens when the next breach is meant to end the encounter? A deep-sea drone drifting above an uncharted trench illuminated something no expedition expected. Suspended in open water was a towering humanoid female form, unmoving despite crushing pressure. 3 smaller figures clung to her arms, arranged with deliberate symmetry. Her skin was blue-gray and ridged. Long black hair floated freely, untouched by currents. She turned her head slowly, aware. The smaller forms withdrew in perfect unison. Analysts noted anatomy inconsistent with known marine life, elongated limbs, reinforced joints, and posture suggesting extreme pressure adaptation. Density estimates imply a mass rivaling large cetaceans, yet her movement was precise. Pacific ship logs from over 6 centuries ago describe silent women of the deep, appearing beside vessels without disturbing the sea. If she shielded the others, how many more watched beyond the drone's fading light? Just before sunrise near the Greenland shelf, a trawler's hull-mounted camera recorded a massive shape advancing along the seafloor. The creature's head filled the frame as its jaws unfolded in layered segments, lined with interlocking teeth. Crew voices shifted from confusion to panic. The head angled upward, assessing the hull. One controlled impact shook the ship violently. Then, nothing. Sonar briefly traced an immense body extending far beyond visual range before vanishing into deeper strata. Biologists identified skull plating and jaw mechanics unlike any documented predator, indicating a deep-pressure apex feeder capable of crushing armored prey. Its movement was slow, deliberate, and unsettlingly intelligent. 18th century whaling journals mention unseen blows beneath calm seas, blamed on great weights moving with purpose. If it can strike through steel and ice, what prevents it from rising fully into our world again? On Crescent Beach, a lone streetlight and a grainy security camera captured wet sand erupting upward. A segmented, armored creature forced itself into open air, its spined tail thrashing as if resisting confinement. Mud slid from lacquered plates. Antenna-like feelers swept the air. The lone witness froze between filming and flight. The creature paused, then reacted. For several seconds, it appeared to test surface conditions, its appendages moving rhythmically as if sampling pressure and air density. Then it reversed course, driving its body back into the sand with shocking speed. The beach collapsed inward, leaving a deep scar. Biologists identified layered exoskeletons, vent-like ridges, and jointed segments consistent with hydrothermal sediment evolution. Early maritime accounts of living reefs briefly rising from the seabed echo this event. If something forced it upward, what signal will summon it back again? What we've seen across these encounters isn't just about strange creatures or unexplained footage. It's about how small and unprepared we truly are. The ocean doesn't rush to reveal its secrets. It watches, waits, and occasionally allows us a glimpse of what exists beyond our understanding. Each shadow, each eye in the dark, reminds us that exploration always comes with humility and fear. If these mysteries made you question what lies beneath the surface, you're not alone. Share your thoughts in the comments, tell us what you think we're seeing, and join the discussion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with Mystery Footage Uncovered, because some secrets refuse to stay hidden.